What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lamonts G Custom Knives Show, the number 3 podcast. I got up early this morning. I mean, early. Almost like I didn't go to sleep, but actually I did go to sleep about 7, woke up about 12 a.m., and just been in and out of consciousness ever since. But I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful morning. I honestly, I struggle to come up with something this morning. So I got on YouTube, looking at a few things, news, really the same. Nothing's changed. In the world of sports, A-Day, which is for Alabama, didn't mean too much to many. It used to be the world kept an eye on it, but now who really cares? Softball is going on. That's a beautiful thing. Spring football for the USFL, or United Football League, is about to kick off. Blah, blah, blah. It's just not much to talk about. So as I'm getting on YouTube, it's one podcaster. He's not a podcaster. He's just a internet figure, I guess you could say, out of Tennessee. I listen to him every Sunday morning. About an hour long thing. I watch him every Sunday morning. But for some reason this morning, I guess because I haven't been asleep since 11 o'clock last night, it just wasn't hitting on me. So as I'm going on to YouTube to watch it, I come across this family, and I'm familiar with these guys. I think it's pronouncing this right, the Cartier family. 3 family members, don't know if they're brothers or cousins. They all look alike. Cartier family. I think that's the official channel name, the official Cartier family. Good dudes, good young men, beautiful young men. I would love to meet these young men one day. They have been raised right. You can tell they have been raised right. But they were reacting to a piece by Nick Fuentes. Now, Nick Fuentes has been in the news pre-election and post-election. Young dude who a lot of people say is brilliant. Will one day be in the political space in this country. Right now, he's in the podcast space, and he has a lot of influence. So I'm gonna play this and just get your reaction, see what you think about this.
I said I'm getting really sick and tired of white people and black people blaming everything other than black people. People like Jason Whitlock say the problem with young YNs, young black men, these black adolescents, they say the problem with them is the culture. It's the rap music made them this way. How many times are we going to hear this one? The glorification of gangster culture made them this way. Rap music made them this way. Tupac made them this way. The media made them this way. Jews made them that. People blame the Jews now. They blame the rich. They say the rich are dividing the white and the black people. Always excuses. And I said on Friday, and I said today, I'm really getting sick and tired of hearing that because we all know it's not true. Just one problem with that idea, it just isn't true. It is a racial issue. For all the people saying, and it brings me no joy to say this, I'm not happy about that, but it's the reality. I deal in reality. I'm a truth teller, so I know that makes black people uncomfortable. It makes white people uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable reality. And for some, it's very upsetting and it's offensive, and that's a shame because it's the truth. But for all those people that say we want to take race out of the conversation, we just simply can't because the common denominator is race. We are not being accosted in downtown Chicago by people who are bad Christians. We're not being accosted downtown by people who listen to rap music. We're not accosted downtown by people that worship gangster culture. We're being accosted by black people. We're being accosted by black men. Young, adolescent black men with black skin, with big noses, African Americans, they're not even necessarily African. They're not the Nigerian immigrants that drive for Uber. They're the African American descendants of slaves in the United States. They're black men. That is who is accosting us. And if it were cultural, that wouldn't be the case. I said this today on Twitter. For all of these conservatives that say it's the black culture, why don't white people? Why don't you see white male teenagers stabbing and shooting and carjacking and taking over the city? Why don't you see that? Do white people not listen to rap music? Do white people not go to rap concerts? Do white people not speak like black people in Ebonics? In African American vernacular English? Do white people not worship black celebrities? Do white people not pretend to be gangsters? Of course they do. So do Hispanics. So do Asians. When you look at some of the biggest nerds in rap culture, it's Asians. It's Asian music producers. When's the last time you've seen an Asian gang take over downtown Chicago, mug people on the subway, carjack people? You just don't see it. You see black people, not people that listen to rap music. It just so happens that black people do. And why do you think this is? For all the people that blame it on the culture, hey, guess who made black culture? Black people. Black people are being made to do these things by black culture. Well, guess who made black culture? Black people. And there is a minority of people who say, well, the Jews made black culture. Candace Owens says the Jews made black culture this way. There's some truth to this. Jewish people produced, and by that I mean funded, rap music and black culture, but black people made it. But black people made it.
I have an answer.
Wow.
What is...
Okay, so at this point, the Cordial family guys, they are going to react to what they just heard from Nick Fuentes, and so am I. So I'm going to be flat out honest with you. There's not too much that I disagree with when he says that. I mean, that's just not too much. And I think the guys go on to say, they pull up some statistics that some I already knew, because when my days in law enforcement, the numbers don't lie when it comes to who's committing the murders at what rate, blah blah blah. But they pull up some statistics and FBI numbers that are staggering. I saw it firsthand, but for people who are not in law enforcement, somebody can tell you a bunch of lies, and hell, you probably believe it if you don't know the numbers. Just a little side note: when my son was 16, 17, and getting ready to, go to college and play football and all that good stuff, and I've said this previously, but do you know my number one terror was the most thing I was frightened of? Not him driving and getting pulled over by them police. Nah. Nope. Matter of fact, that wasn't even an afterthought. What I was afraid of was someone in the culture, someone in his age range, getting mad, getting jealous, and want to cap him. And what these young men right here are reacting to, what Nick Fuentes said, is exactly what I was afraid of. Was Nick Fuentes totally right? No. Rap music has a lot to do with it. I don't know if a white guy see rap culture how I saw it. I don't know if an Asian dude see or saw rap culture the way I see it and the way I saw it. In the early 90s, dude, go back and listen to some of the music. NWA, F the Police, and, B's and H's, B's and hoes. That's all you heard. Denigrating women, but yet they love their mama. You talking about doing A, B, and C to these chicks, to these young hoes as y'all call them, but yet you want to love your mama. But not something about your mama. F the police. Why? Why F the police? Because they got to deal with idiots like y'all. Those in the rap culture. I saw rap in the 90s, and I have to end in the 90s because rap for me died when Tupac died. Not when Biggie died. Not when whoever else died. It died when Tupac died. For me. Because the early 2000s, that wasn't gangster rap in my opinion. Not at all. Not in the least. But it's still terrible, influential culture. I don't care how many consumables T.I. pass out. He's still a damn degenerate. I don't listen. I love ATL the movie. I listen to T.I. songs by the bucket load. I did, but I had to do a lot of praying because I was wrong listening to it. By listening to it, I put a stamp of approval on it. Now, in my youth, in the NWA and who all them greats of the 80s and 90s. In those days, Easy E. I mean, the list goes on. I was young, dumb, and stupid. But in my 20s and 30s and 40s, I prayed and I asked for forgiveness because at that point, my brain was somewhat developed, and I should have known this is degenerate. And I gave my stamp of approval. In so many words, I'm trying to say that yes, that is influential to that young black male, primarily if he does not have a father. See, I listened to that gangster rap. I had a father. I wasn't about to go out there and sell no dope and shoot nobody. Cause I didn't. He didn't have to tell me don't go out there and sell dope and shoot nobody. My father didn't have to tell me that. He got up every morning, put his work boots on, and went to work. That showed me what I needed to do. That influenced me on the path I needed to take. If I had planned on having a family, best had a job, had a career, had a skill to put food on the table and roofs over heads. I want to thank these young men, the Kodiak brothers, for that piece, for that particular podcast. I want to thank Nick Fuentes. I probably never meet this dude a day in my life, but um, he makes some good points. He's controversial. If you remember, he mentioned Jason Whitlock. I think him and Jason went around or two. But if they really look at it, they're both on the same side. They're both on the right path. Nick Fuentes is a young white dude. He hasn't walked in the footsteps of a Jason Whitlock and seen the other side of the tracks. He hasn't walked in my footsteps. And hell, Jason's only, 3-4 years older than me. I've seen both sides of the tracks. Well, did I grow up poor? Hell no. We weren't rich, but hell, we was alright. Shit, my daddy drove a '77 Cadillac DeVille, Coupe DeVille, and was when I first started out in my early 20s. Yeah, hell, I was homeless for a minute, you know, but I knew the path of righteousness. I knew the path on how to get out of that. Didn't sell no dope. Didn't kill nobody. Didn't traffic nobody. I worked my butt off, stacked a little bread. Worked my butt off, stacked a little bread. Worked my butt off, stacked a little bread. And in a year and a half of being homeless, I purchased this home that I'm sitting in right now. That was 25 years ago. Yep. So what these young men were talking about, and I didn't finish playing it. I don't want to, that's their platform. I just want to play that, the audio from Nick Fuentes, not really playing any of their content. That's their content. But they went on to say that after they gave FBI numbers and statistics and this and that, that the number one common denominator. But if you said the Chinese young men listen to gangster rap, the Jewish young men listen to gangster rap, your white young men listen to gangster rap, what's the common denominator? The majority of those households have a father. When the black household don't. I don't know the numbers on that. I can give you a damn decent figure that more likely is 90 to 95% of the households are without fathers. That's just my estimate. From what I see, from what I feel, from what I hear. We were at a restaurant yesterday, my wife and I, my youngest daughter, and we were looking at, I want to say, on ESPN in the restaurant they had the channel ESPN, and they had the 2012 or 20 something draft. Because hell, at first we thought it was the current draft, but it was like 2012 or something like that. So this individual was getting drafted. I want to say he was a wide receiver out of somewhere. I don't know, can't remember. But he had a house full of people. They hugged and celebrated. I looked, I was like, there but two dudes there out of about 20, 30 people. There but two dudes. That's probably a best friend and a homie from down the street. All women. And if you don't think that's the case, don't matter if you go into the NFL or sitting down there in the projects, you go to the majority of these households, all women. All women. I can use what I just said and give you 5 to 10 other subjects just off on that one thing I just said. These households contain so many women. Well, where's the protection? Who's protecting these women? Who's showing a fist force? In other words, I ain't talking about beating nobody up and nothing like that. Who's the force in that household? It's not a man. It's got to be a woman. There's no woman can raise a man. Period. Just as an example. So they were absolutely right, on point. You can take all of these races, Chinese, or let's just say Asians, Jews, whites, European, or whatever you want to call them, blacks, African Americans, and with these three, there's a common denominator. But with this one, it's absent. There's no father in the home. So that's something, y'all. I wasn't planning on getting up talking about this morning, but thank God I did run across these young men's platform, listen to their podcast, and it gave me something to talk about. Gave me some content, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I another one of them mornings where you wake up, it's cold as hell. 3-4 hours later, it's 85 degrees. We got to get past this. It's not enough that this pollen is killing me, but this temperature is also terrible. Now listen, I'm not looking forward to 85-degree nights where you just soaking wet in the bed sweating. I'm not looking forward to that. But kind of want to get past this, waking up at it's 45 degrees. And by the time you get your body adjusted to that 45 degrees, it's 85 degrees. Anyway, let me get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Love you more than you ever know. And thank you for supporting the Number 3 podcast. Am I where I want to be? No. But am I getting there? Hell yes. All because of you. I appreciate you. And as always, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, you guys stay blessed. And I'll see you next time.